Welcome to the APNA Truck Show here in Abbotsford, BC. This is Western Canada's largest truck show, and truck owners and operators come to check out and learn what's new in their industry, everything they need to get on the road with their business and stay there driving reliably and safely. We have several trucks on display today. We have from Velocity, we have the Freightliner eCascadia Class 8, we have the Freightliner EM2 Class 6-7, we have the Ryson 18L Class 5. And from inland, we have the Kenworth K370E Class 6-7. And from Diamond, we have the International EMV Class 6-7. So please join me as we check out these trucks and we speak with each of the manufacturers, and let's see what else we can find in there. Our first stop is at Velocity Truck Center. They offer Freightliner and Ryson. So they have the range from Class 4, Class 5, all the way to Class 8. Interesting how they approach selling electric fleets to their customers. Long-time accounts that they have. They start with infrastructure piece. I was speaking just now with one of their sales persons. And yeah, they will not sell a Class 8 until they got the charging figure out. And how do they do that? Well, they have a network of partners that provide EV charging consulting services, and they also work with the local utility to ensure that the customer that has a yard that know where they can store and charge their assets at the end of each workday is fully thought out. And once they do, then they start the sales process of the trucks. They have some large corporate accounts, and yeah, they're starting to move quite a bit of this. So good things to hear from the Freightliners. On the Ryson side, smaller trucks, it's a great market for that, urban delivery, urban last mile. This is a Ryson line card, where you can see they have refrigerated, dry, for multiple purposes with the same chassis. One of the most striking differences between Class 8 electric versus Class 8 diesel is the sheer complexity of the powertrain. If you look at the traditional diesel powertrain, you'll see there's a lot of fluids going on. There's a lot of maintenance items that need to be checked off. And now compare it with the electric powertrain. You have your still many systems for your braking, for your energy control, but in overall, just visually, it already looks much simpler. And that's really a key benefit for heavy-duty business applications, less maintenance. And once these fleets get deployed at scale, you will see further efficiencies in the management of these fleets. Something else really cool about the eCascadia is actually shown over here, because you have the cabin, right? And so how are you going to charge it? So here, you have your charging banks, and you have dual ports. So the left one is an option. So the left one you can configure it for up to 180 kilowatts. And then, well, CCS1. There we go. Oh, it's actually cool. And then you have the right bank, which can charge at up to 90. So up to 270 kilowatts of charging. So this added flexibility is crucial, where perhaps in the depot you have overnight charging, so you may only need one, but if you're on the road and your charger only has 180, then you can use a second one. So very useful in the case of upcoming dual port chargers beyond 200 kilowatts, so 400 kilowatts, which is coming down the pipeline. So really cool to see this. This is exactly the sort of solutions that are needed to help add flexibility to charging scenarios, particularly when you're in the middle mile in between your destinations. Here we have the International EMV series. They're also doing a turnkey package, because understanding that prospects may not be understanding how to deploy these new electrical assets in their operations. They also do the consultative approach of understanding the fleet's needs, then figuring out the charging, and then implementing and selling the actual vehicle and delivering it. It's the way to go because there are many moving pieces in this space if you are considering electrifying your fleet. So it's good to have that dealer and OEM support along the way. One of the big challenges that fleet operators have is how to make sense of the data that they generate to make actionable business decisions. I was just learning about Samsara's offering to connect vehicle data with site data as well, all to optimize and improve business processes and logistics. I just learned that they have an electrified vehicle module that can track suitability for electrification. So they take, you can set up your parameters on what are the type of vehicles that you think could benefit from electrification, say a minimum number of miles per year, maximum number of miles per day, gas running, fuel cost, etc. And then it can tell you what kind of vehicles would be prioritized for electrification. It can also help with driver training because they have a module where they can aggregate metadata from many different of their customers, and then they can benchmark where their telematics rank compared to their peers. So very useful when comparing drivers, for example, driver clusters of EVs versus traditional ICE vehicles. And they are moving towards the whole AI thing, and because they're generating so many data points from within the vehicle, from the site connected via a site adapter. They can check the cameras on the site, sensors for doors openings, like a bunch of stuff. So, needless to say, it's great to see that this kind of solutions coming to market to help make better business decisions for prospective fleet operators that are looking into electrification.